Some egusi seeds may be going to space, but don't worry, we have a lot more back here, which we're going to be digging into this morning. Well, not in the literal sense. We're joined by Gbemi Giwa, who's a wellness fitness coach. Good morning, Gbemi.
Good morning.
It's good to have you. I'm sure you listened to the egusi conversation. So let's settle this once and for all. Is egusi indeed the most culturally, is it diverse now, meal or soup in Nigeria? And who does it belong to?
Culturally diverse, I think that is subjective, but I think it belongs to Yoruba people. I'm Yoruba. That's where I stand. I rest my case.
Jeffrey, do you agree?
That is Igbo people. To be very honest, I do not know where the name Egusi even comes from. I think I don't even trust Google to give me the right answer. Google is not as indigenous.
I think it sounds Yoruba.
Yeah, it sounds Yoruba.
If you ask me.
I think it sounds Yoruba.
Egusi, the inflections sounds a bit Yoruba, but I think it's well distributed across Nigeria. Everywhere you go, whether you are in Akwa Ibom, you are in Rivers, you are in, of course, Yoruba land, you are in the West. I don't know what happens up north, whether Egusi is a thing. I don't know. Good but point, I think we can actually say Egusi is the Nigerian food. Who it belongs to? I think let's just settle that fight. It belongs to Nigeria.
No. But anyway,
it belongs to Nigeria.
It's a good. To add to the conversation, I think I like how the Igbos prepare their egusi, which is very.
How many ways is it? Bukola, so let me interview you on this one.
It comes with that very yellow color and the vegetables, the unique vegetables that they add, and you know, the accidental obstructions, you know, that they like to, you know, add to their soups. You know, makes it, you know, a little bit more rich, you know, and delightful to serve with, you know, the accompanying. Carbohydrates. So I think I like how they prepare theirs, and we know, of course, that contention will go back and forth. But you know, as far as
I wanted to ask you a question.
We give it to our southeastern and southern brothers.
I wanted to ask you, how many ways can egusi be prepared? You know, they also use egusi as stew. Right? So how many ways, you're the woman here, how many ways can egusi be prepared?
There are quite a number of ways that it can be prepared. It can be prepared bland without vegetables.
Before we leave, leave out of the
speaking
conversation.
Of diverse ways, there's another brand, you know, from the southwestern part that comes with balls. I think it's called Boshu from Ogun State in Nigeria.
Baby, we have taken in your industry, obviously, because we have other...
We have chefs in the
I tell you, right?
I can cook egusi, by the way.
Okay.
Wow. Very well, yeah. Anyhow you want it, I can cook it.
Now you're showing up.
No, I can cook it because I can cook it fine.
Opening.
I'm screaming.
But I mean, the reason we're having this conversation is to walk Nigerians through healthy meals.
Right.
That are local to us. A lot of people think healthy and they're thinking lettuce, cabbage, which is, by the way, also local to us. We grow them here. But then our egusi can also be healthy.
Absolutely.
Our eba can be healthy depending on how you eat it. And you're doing something about that. You're making our meals a healthy option in that sense. And you do this top 5 thing, and I'm seeing eba and okra, and I'm like, so I can actually do this. So walk us through this journey. What is the inspiration behind it, and what have you found out with our meals?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm someone that has always loved to like be healthy and active, and I didn't live in Nigeria for a while, and I just thought, oh, the only way to be healthy is to eat salads and eat smoothies. And then one day I was just like, I'm tired. Like, I actually cannot do this anymore. And then when you actually start studying the science of nutrition, you realize that we actually have really healthy, nutrient-dense foods. The issue is a lot of our cooking processes, the frying, you know, the way we want to like portion it. Like growing up, when we would eat a plate of jollof rice, right, the rice would literally be this big.
It's a mountain.
And then like 2 pieces of meat on top, right? And then when you think about that, that's definitely not a balanced plate. So for me, when it comes to looking at Nigerian food, we're looking at food that's actually nutrient dense because our plants, our vegetables, our produce is great. How we cook them and how we plate the food, so it's balanced and it supports our health goals.
Fantastic. So there's nothing wrong with our food?
Zero.
Thank you very much. So you need to take that to the bank. Now, portion control is the devil that is in the detail. Because yes, when people serve rice, the rice takes 90% of the plate, and people don't think you're. So we eat to fill our stomach in that sense. So people don't. If you give them small portion of rice, I think you hate them.
Disrespectful.
Thank you very much, particularly in parts like what's going on.
Like, what's this?
After this. So how do we handle portion control? What should be on our plate? On a steady, what are the things that we should look out for to put in our plates?
Absolutely. So I like to use a method called Afro's method. We're looking at 35% protein. So you want more chicken, more beef, more fish, cooked in a healthy way, not fried, obviously. I love the air fried method. You can grill, oven bake, boil, steam. All of these are really good options. And then for your carbs, you're looking at another like 20-30%. And then the rest should be filled with like fiber, colorful vegetables. The fat gets its way into Nigerian food. So I'm not going to say, oh, just add in some extra fat, because we cook with oils, which is something that we should be mindful of. But oils and fat in itself is not bad. We do need fat, but we don't need more than like 10%. You don't need oil swimming on your stew. Like, you know, when you eat ofada and ayama,
you're going to have a problem with people that eat that fang soup. Because
you have to speak for yourself.
No. That's what. So the richness, the grandeurs, the what? Look for another ingredient.
You're going to tell me everything. The deliciousness, the beauty, right?
The panache.
Yes.
I mean, the word that doesn't align with it, just to exaggerate it, is the when you see that meat, you see the afang, you see the oil, everything just comes together like we're in a WWE.
Yeah, no. I spend a lot of time redesigning African soups and stews from a health perspective, and I understand and I can appreciate how, you know, seeing the oil is the beauty, but then is it really though? Like beauty versus your health?
Because they say that's what brings out the taste. What do you say to those kind of people?
I don't necessarily agree. I feel like we need to recondition ourselves. Yes, for sure. If you cover stuff with oil, oil is a fat carrier, right? Oil carries seasoning, it carries flavor, it carries taste. I'm not saying cook without oil. I'm saying cook with a moderate amount of oil. When it becomes too oily, like, it even doesn't feel too good on the throat. But I can also understand that this is something that people have to recondition themselves to, but it's not impossible. You start to appreciate and taste the actual leaves and the seasonings in the afang, not just the palm oil.
Speaking of, you know, rethinking our soups in a healthy way, I align with my...
I know.
Thank you. Come on, guys.
You know, I love their soups. I love their afang. I love their dikaikong. I love the fisherman soup. Anytime I travel across the Southwest, I must have my feel at this with fisherman soup. And you know, we have this culture of preserving, cooking in huge quantity and preserving in our deep freezers. But I wonder about the health implications of long-term preservation, because more often than not, I've heard health experts speak about the need not to overcook your vegetables because of the soluble, the nutrients that are contained in eating them as half-cooked or as less cooked, less cooked as possible. How do you weigh in on this?
So I think that each ingredient needs a different cooking time, right? The way you would like cook tomatoes versus like a green vegetable is different. In the old times, we needed to cook our foods to really, really high temperatures and really preserve them because we didn't have like cooling methods, right? Even now, like a lot of people like freeze their food, but then NEPA happens and then, you know, the quality of the food is just not there. I do think that preserving your food is not a bad way to do it, especially if it saves you time. When I look at these things, I really look at it more from a lifestyle perspective and how can I save time for my clients? How can I make this applicable and effective? If we start thinking about, oh, I can't freeze my food, how many people have time to actually cook food fresh every single day, right? I think health is definitely a balance of it's time saving, it works, but also if you can like afford to make it fresh, that's always better. But that marginal difference, I don't think that that's what's going to make you an unhealthy person.
Let's talk about quantitative seasoning, because when we cook, we stop by the voice of the gods in that sense. You know what I mean? You know, we don't do this 2 kilograms, 2 grams. We don't know that. We just feel is right. So quantitative seasoning. And then juxtapose that with different health situation and different body sizes. How do you manage all of this?
Okay, so in my work, I definitely encourage my clients to understand how to weigh their food and understand the quantities of food. It's something that you don't have to do every day when you're cooking, but you should have a good understanding of, you know, this spoon of oil I'm putting in my food, how many grams is it and how many calories is it, especially if you're on a fat loss journey. If you're not trying to lose weight, it's fine.
Like us.
You know what I mean? But also, even from a health perspective, like if you're managing a health condition, like you said, anyone managing like hypertension, you already know that like salt is something that you need to be, you know, conscious of. So I do think that when we're young and we're fresh and we're bubbly, we're like, you know, we don't really care. But over time, age starts to come into play. Everybody needs basic knowledge of the food that they're eating, how it does in their body, how it makes them feel to preserve long-term health. So I don't think that weighing is something that everybody needs to do every single day, but I think that investing in having that, you know, little bit of knowledge about the foods that you're eating and quantities can go a long way in preserving your health.
This is a conversation that must percolate, really, because, you know, we've acquired a certain taste. We've acquired a certain mindset of how food should be prepared. Some will tell you, that food must fry. It must fry. Like, do you want to say this food's a hellfire? What's going on now?
Do the biggest victim.
You know, also they fry. There's like 20 minutes of frying, and then there's extra minutes because you add all of the ingredients. So, again, it's going to be tough.
Of course.
But it's something we need to start, because you look at life expectancy, you look at some of the diseases that, you know, that just basically are prevalent in this part of the world, and some of them are linked to the way we eat. So how has it been for you? Because I know you work with a lot of people. What's your success, what are your success, what's your success data? Like, if you work 10 people, how much of them are able to convert to eating healthy in a space of time? And what is that thing you see that really helps to convert them?
Okay, so I would like to say we have like a success rate of about 90%, and when we don't see successes is when we have drop-off. So maybe a client came on and then she found out she was pregnant, but she couldn't really like follow through with the program as well. We as a group, we work with you until you get results, right? And in terms of actually switching and enjoying the African food, when people come to me, they primarily come to me for fat loss. So I help women lose fat, you know, in their bellies, just everywhere, and build healthier lifestyle habits.
Just women?
I primarily work with women. And what I find is that when people can take away the skepticism and they actually try the recipes, they're like, oh, maybe this is actually nice. Oh, this food is really good. Or when they plate a dish and they're like, it looks small, but then they eat it, and they're like, they give themselves time. They're like, oh, I'm actually full. Oh, I'm not hungry, right? And I think the way you actually balance your plate over time, if you eat a big bowl of rice and small meat, you will be full in that moment, but you will have such a high sugar spike that you will be hungry in a few hours. If you take rice is not the demon here. Add some vegetables, add more meat, you'll be fuller for 3-4 hours longer. That way, you're reducing your hunger cravings. Yes, so it's not just about eating the food, it's about tricking your body to manage those blood sugar levels and also just feel fuller and feed your body the right things so it doesn't give you the wrong cues. Managing your hunger is a huge part of the work that we do. And then also, over time, taste buds adjust. So if you've ever done like a fast or a sugar cleanse, and then, you know, you're used to like taking Coke, and then when you eat the first thing, it's so sweet. So it's the same thing where you start eating cleaner, your tongue can now actually taste fresher food, fresher nutrients, so you don't miss the cravings of those things. I'm not saying cut everything out. That's not what we do. We do balance, but balance in moderation.
Interesting, balance in moderation. So I want you to give us food options.
Is there a restaurant you do? Do you have like a restaurant?
So I actually ran a restaurant in Dubai for 5 years. It's called
I'm talking about Nigeria.
In Nigeria, no restaurant. I'm done with the restaurant industry. I suffered.
I can imagine. But I want you to give us food options.
Okay, of course.
Because it looks like you have a repertoire. I was watching your videos and I'm like, oh, you can actually come, this. So for breakfast.
On a budget.
On a budget.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because it's usually rice, jollof rice, and fried rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay, tell me, what's your goal?
My goal is just to eat and stay healthy.
And stay healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, I would start with a filling. I mean, I'll give you 2 options for each meal.
Right.
So I like moi moi. I think it's balanced. It has some protein, it has fats. Pair that with either oatmeal, some Greek yogurt. That's a balanced meal. And nothing
breakfast.
For breakfast,
nice.
yeah. And nothing I really enjoy for breakfast would be something as simple as, you can even do everybody loves bread and eggs, right? So you do a slice of toast, some eggs, throw in some veggies in your eggs, have that with tea. Breakfast done. For lunch, we're looking at jollof rice, grilled chicken, a bit of salad, or my personal favorite, eba.
Correct.
I love eba. Have a bit of eba.
I was hoping that would come through because the initial list was sounding boring to me. I didn't hear.
No, that's for lunch.
People are just
eba and afan. bang.
Fufu and afang soup.
Okay, fufu and afang. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fufu.
I did not know that on the 1st of August, some people disgrace themselves.
Then dinner. For dinner,
In a good way.
I really like warming soup, so pepper soup will always come into like,
I love
pepper soup with a bit of maybe yam, plantain. You know, I can wash it down with a little bit of something light.
Something light.
Yes.
Well, it's a Friday, so something light all the way. Baby, it's been a pleasure speaking with
Thank you so much.
I think this has been really enlightening. And for a lot of people watching out there, you can use our meals to stay healthy and stay fit. So this is a conversation we'll still have in the future. But we've been speaking with Bemi Giwa, all-round chill person, wellness coach. Thank you for your time. And of course, you can catch her online. You can see all of our content online at Bemi Giwa, right?
Yes, at Bemi Giwa.
There you go. So this is where we anchor today. I'm very, very hungry.
I'm telling you.
So I pity that pepper soup because I'm coming for you. But thank you for being a part of the show today. I'm Kayode Okikilo.
And don't forget, Bimi says, eating right gives your body the right cues. Join us again next week, same time. I am Bukola Kuka.
Enjoy your meals in moderation this weekend, but have fun. I'm Jeffrey Uzoma. Bye-bye.